Thank you very much. It's great to be back in Galway, a city I frequented an awful lot as a minister over the last 3 years. Let me commence by thanking my proposer, Willie Penrose TD, who's in the audience here tonight, for putting my name forward for the Deputy Leader of the party. Thank you very much, Willie. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, I was born into the Labour Party. It's in my very DNA. I'm a former chair of Labour Youth, and I served on many committees and various different positions in the party long before I became a public representative. And then I have been lucky enough to represent this party as a senator, an MEP, a TD and a minister. And I am exceptionally proud of that. It is something that I always am so thankful for. What motivated me to be active in Labour politics is a sense of equality and fairness. I've always believed, simply put, that money should not be the medium by which access to education and healthcare is decided. It's still my motivating factor today. I'm proud of our party, and I'm very proud of our achievements in government. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, it's critically important that we retain ownership of these and do not allow Fine Gael to take them off us. In my own ministry, I'm particularly proud that I'm the person who has brought a public bike scheme to this city, and that in the coming months a number of tourism initiatives like greenways are going to be developed, and also we will be transforming the towns of Ennis, Galway and Sligo to ensure there's better transport provision and also further tourism infrastructure. I'm also redeveloping Kent Station with my colleagues here in the city. I'm also proud that we ensured that this country exited the bailout and didn't end up in a second one. And that's absolutely critical. The consequences of which, colleagues, were very real to many of us. And I know, because I was facing into possibly the part privatisation of CIE. You can imagine what that would have meant. I'm proud that the budgetary adjustments have been 1.4 to 1 in spending cuts versus taxation measures, despite the desire of Fine Gael for it to be 3 to 1. I'm proud that we've protected social welfare rates and wages, proud that 75,000 more people are at work, and that unemployment is at its lowest rate in over 5 years. I'm proud that we'll have an independent Garda authority, and that this government will have a marriage equality referendum. However, that is the past. It is over, and we now need to concentrate on the future. There is no point going around and saying it will be much worse if Labour were not in government. In this room, we all know that. But outside, it doesn't matter, and people don't care. They are more worried about what's in their pocket at the end of the week, and the recent election results actually prove that. Politics is a human endeavour, and because it is, we make mistakes. And we in the Labour Party in government have made mistakes, and because of these mistakes, we have lost many fine councillors, and other good candidates didn't get elected, some of whom sit here tonight. These are my colleagues, they're my friends, and that upsets me and makes me angry. When I think of those mistakes, I think of the handling of the water metering, the scandalous way in which the medical card review was handled, and the way in which we managed 1, 2, 3 controversies involving Fine Gael ministries. Colleagues, there is a difference between being successful in government and successful in politics. We have been successful in government. We have not been successful in politics. Perception in politics is important. And there is a discourse, a very conversation about the Labour Party at this very moment that is very damaging. It threatens our very future. We collectively, all of us in this room, need to fight this. The word that is on everyone's lips at the moment is austerity. We have possibly 21 months to change that thinking around towards prosperity. On top of my agenda is to deliver for working families, working people and those looking for work. There has to be a premium on work. We need to deliver for workers to make sure that they don't have to work literally all hours of the day and worry about making ends meet at the end of every week. Supporting education is at the core of the Labour Party, and we need to deliver on fair access to education for all. I know how important this is, as I am the product of the decision of Niamh Bhreathnach to bring in free third-level fees into education in the early 90s. For workers, we will ensure that our commitment on collective bargaining legislation will be seen through. And most importantly, we need a new spatial strategy that will ensure economic recovery reaches all parts of Ireland. From an ethics point of view, this government must once and for all ensure that anyone who is in receipt of public monies can be and will be held to account including before the houses of the Oireachtas. Colleagues, politically, we need to take the fight to our enemies, and I know we are up to it. We need to make real what their false commitments would mean to real people and their daily lives if they ever came to pass. These people, put simply, are against everything and are absolutely for nothing and propose no real solutions. We have to reposition ourselves with our colleagues in government. Put simply, if I'm deputy leader, every single decision will be Labour-proofed or it simply will not happen. We need to reorganise, and from now on we need to be driven by activism in everything we do. We are at our strongest when we work together. We need a fresh start, and it will be a huge task. Some say it'll be an impossible task, but I've heard all of that before. In 2009, I was told it would be an impossible task for me to win a European seat, and guess what? After 30 years, we did just that. Colleagues, I ask you one thing. If you want a person who will stand up for you against the coalface, if you want someone who will keep his eye on the ball and always protect Labour interests, then please trust me with your vote. I am very, very passionate about the Labour Party, but most of all, I am a person of conviction. Colleagues, what I say is what I believe in, and what I believe in is what I do. Thank you very much.